Well, I've been talking to a lot of people about my project here in the garage for about the last month, but I kind of get tired of having to repeat the same story over and over again. I mean, that sounds bad, but there's not really a good place to share videos to people, minus YouTube. So this is my official July 4th Train Garage update, and it's been a very long time since you guys have seen me on here. I apologize for that. It has been a crazy freaking year, and it's not slowing down at all. So I have to carve out time out here no matter what, basically at this point. But anyways, so first off, you're gonna see this is our cabinet that I drove almost 2 hours up north into basically butt-fuck nowhere to get. All my equipment's in there, minus the little bit that's on the train tables currently. We'll get to that. This buffet hutch I actually got for free. It's not currently lit up, and there's a bunch of random stuff in there, but this is actually normally where I store my mom's dining car china. And when it's lit up, it looks really nice at night. Like I said, I got this for free. It pays to know people, and it pays to have a pickup truck, because the only really contingency was that I had to load it and take it away. And it weighs about 4 times as much as I do, so that was a experience. But moving around here, though, you'll notice there is a lot of insulation. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. I have spent about the last month trying to weather seal this garage. Basically what happened is the beginning of June, we had our first major heat wave of the summer, and it was 105 degrees in here, which is not a safe condition for anything, really, living or not living. So that was kind of catastrophe mode for me. The first things we did was we went and bought all of this 1-inch pink insulation board and stuck it between all the joists to seal the ceiling off, to at least make the area that the portable AC had to cool, about 50% less, because all that space up there is just wasted. So we got all this plumbed out, 4-inch. There's actually a exhaust vent fan right about there that actually helps pull the hot air out of the portable AC, so it's not struggling as hard, not working as hard to pump all that heat all the way up that about 8-foot run of hose into the attic space above. And that's cool, that's great. However, doing those two things alone really didn't help all that much. It was still getting close to about 87 degrees in here every day. It's still an improvement, but it's still not where I really want it to be. So the next step was sealing this back wall here with fiberglass R7 insulation battens and 1/4-inch OSB, and of course, a lot of cans of great stuff, like so many cans of great stuff, it's ridiculous. As well as obviously all this joint sealing tape, and that helped a little bit more. But this biggest project that we've done this last about week and a half has been actually putting fiberglass insulation in this entire wall and sealing it completely with 1/4-inch OSB. Now you'll notice there is a gap at the top. That will be dealt with shortly. Long story short, I should have measured first, and I didn't. There is about a 7 to 8-inch gap at the top where that insulation is exposed, and there is a gap. There's a decent bit of heat coming in through there, but not as much as you'd think. It's not as terrible as there's a few spots in this garage, the front of the garage door wall here, that I can literally feel the air current pushing hot air in. Those have been sealed up now. And then we did this last week. This is 1-inch just polystyrene beadboard from Menards, like $10 a sheet. And we went ahead and just sealed this other wall too. And right now what I'm doing is I'm actually putting in stud grade 1x4s along the joists in the ceiling to actually give a little bit more of a barrier between where the foam meets the joists. Because there was a few spots there where there's a little bit of a gap, and you put your fingers up there, you can feel the heat coming in. So these 1x4s, I'm covering the backside of them with silicone caulk, just absolutely murdering them with it, and then using cabinet screws about every 10 inches to seat it up there real tight and snug. So that should help a lot. We're averaging during the day in here about 78 degrees right now. I'm hoping that, one, the temperatures are going to start going down here, because we're in the middle of July. Well, not really beginning. It's more the beginning of July, but you know, it's going to get cooler outside eventually, and eventually this will all kind of work together, and this portable AC, which is only 12,000 BTUs, will eventually catch up. Most mornings when I come out here, it's about 72 degrees. So we're going in the right direction. So, and that brings me to my next topic, the layout. Before I started this whole project, this was 3 tables wide, and it was very, very, very tight. There was basically no space on this side to get in there. It was just way too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 tables side by side, right about in the middle here, and then you'll see that switch right there. That's going to come off and lead to our 3rd table somewhere in this spot here, where I'm going to put in a staging yard, as well as that other quad module that's just kind of sitting there by itself. That'll go right in here-ish to connect to that, you know, little spur line there. And so it's, you know, is it ticking away from the main line run? Yeah, it is. But it's adding to my space as far as being able to maneuver around the layout without knocking into stuff. Because I can be kind of clumsy at times and break stuff. And breaking model trains is not really on my list of things that I enjoy doing. So that'll be coming soon. Also, got custom-made backdrops printed off. These are on 10,000 styrene. This is from a company that I am a part of, that we just started up, Promethean Printing LLC. These are pictures from Montana. I believe I took this one. I think this one I ripped off the internet and just did some Photoshop work too to delete some other stuff. But these are going to go probably on the back side of these 2 double modules here. So we're just moving right along. There's a lot of projects going on, a lot of moving parts here. A lot of kind of figuring stuff out on the fly because, you know, there was no real plan going into this except for the ceiling. And silly me, I thought the ceiling would be just more than enough to get this portable AC to be able to run, you know, 50% of the time and keep it a nice 70 degrees in here at all times, and that was very stupid of me. So, learning a lot about insulation and home building. I already kind of knew a decent bit, but I'm learning a hell of a lot more now than I really thought I would. It's not pretty. I know that. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I just poured on the great stuff in any spot I could, just trying to make it any better in here in a couple of seconds, you know, versus having to spend an entire night out here. But I will clean all the great stuff up eventually with a razor knife because it is kind of everywhere. But that's where we're at. It's been a project for sure, and I think it'll be worth it when it's done. But right now, it's not the most fun thing ever. I really miss running trains. It's been about a month since I've been able to actually run trains out here, and kind of ready to get back into that because it's kind of my therapy and my quiet time for me. And you know, it's very nice out here. I got my beer fridge there. Got a TV with the PlayStation 3 hooked up to it. Like, this is kind of my man cave, and I kind of miss having it not be a construction space. So that's coming soon, though. I'm actually hoping by the end of the weekend. This is July 3rd. I'm hoping that if I spend a decent amount of time out here tomorrow, I can have this totally wrapped up and ready to go and have trains running on the 5th. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is informative and not just me rambling. And if it was rambling, well, oh well. See you guys later.